Since Newark and Detroit, law and order have become obsessions on Capitol Hill, and the main direction of congressional movement is toward investigating committees, anti-riot bills, gun control legislation, more police support.
My fellow Americans, we have endured a week such as no nation should live through, a time of violence and tragedy. I am tonight appointing a special advisory commission on civil disorders.
That first day, the very first meeting, it's clear John Lindsay and Fred Harris wanted to push the committee into dealing with the root causes of racial unrest, which they believed was poverty and a sense of powerlessness. Tex Thornton sees the commission's purpose solely to help law enforcement to crush future uprisings. And in every debate, just about, those two are on opposite sides.
I remember the commission spending well over an hour haggling over 2 sentences.
I thought, and so did John Lindsay, that it was highly important to use the word racism, to say white racism. We thought we really needed to shock people by the use of that term, and to get people to have, make people have to think about that and talk about it, and size up history in terms of racism as it had existed from the first. We also wanted to say to young black people particularly, you're not crazy. There is systematic racism that you were a victim of. The word racism didn't sit well with some members of the commission. Some thought it was too harsh, that we ought to use softer words like intolerance or discrimination or whatever. And we had a vote. It was a 6-5 vote within the commission in favor of saying racism. There was a lot of compromise involved. We thought, if we can't come together, there's no hope the country can.
Only if those who were most conservative on the commission endorsed the strong findings that we had made would it have an effect on white America in general. And the report was written for white America. Black people didn't need to be told that racism was a central problem in their lives.